It's about a dog that's serving in Afghanistan. He's being used by the Marines, whose young handler gets killed, and the dog is traumatized and unable to work anymore. And rather than allowing him to be put down, the family of the dead Marine adopts this kind of troubled and traumatized dog into the family, where he has to be raised or at least reprogrammed by the younger brother of the Marine who was killed there. Justin has a contentious relationship with his dad and the expectations that he feels are being placed on him to sort of live up to a certain macho American ideal that his brother has succumbed to and that his dad is a proponent of. And he's trying to figure out his own way as a young person in that whole mentality. I know that there's this kind of idea that if you write something that you're too tied into it to have a perspective on directing it. But I don't necessarily find that to be the case. I think usually that by the time you've done all the work that you've needed to do to prepare for directing, that the space between your mindset when you're writing and when you're directing, that there's enough kind of a transitional period so that you are able to be more objective and kind of work at it from a directorial standpoint. The reason the military likes Malinois, the Malinois so much, is that they're completely task-driven, or they call it toy-driven, meaning they want to accomplish something and they will do anything to accomplish that. They're less about pleasing a specific person. German Shepherds do actually bond more closely with a specific person and want to please that particular person, so that often when the handler basically finishes their tour or whatever and leaves the military or goes somewhere else, it's very, very difficult to get German Shepherds to respond and connect to a new handler. Sometimes they never do. Whereas a Malinois, like, if the handler leaves and the other guy comes with the ball, they're like, all right, I'm good, let's go. We researched the PTSD in dogs, PTSD in soldiers, but honestly, as a person who connects to animals, you know that animals can have PTSD. Like, the fact that people need to do studies on this is almost absurd to me. And of course animals have feelings, and of course animals have PTSD if they suffer traumatic experiences. I think to make a genuine family movie, what you're doing is you're making a movie that appeals to kids, but that completely respects and engages an adult audience at the same time. And that's a tricky thing to do, because you are genuinely making something that has to feel appropriate and engaging and kind of raises the ante for what a kid can experience, but at the same time treats an adult respectfully and engages them on levels that they actually enjoy. To me, that's a family movie.